This is Andrew Scott. Get to know. Today we continue with our series of the most common committed sex crimes against children are in each state. We have already covered 30 of them. So tonight we will be covering the next 10. I'll do a brief recap of the other states that we've already covered. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to what Get to Know is, this channel is focused on getting sex crimes against children more attention, as in harsher penalties, stricter laws, total reworking of the National Sex Offender Registry. And this channel is definitely not about YouTube street bullshit or drama. It's not what we care about here. If you're a member of this community, or if you're a YouTube creator and you come here, your focus needs to be on getting penalties changed to harsher penalties and laws changed in America, and we need to start doing it now. That's what this channel is about. I'm not here to talk shit on any other creator. I'm not here to participate in any of that kind of shit. If you're not here to make a change when it comes to sex crimes in this country, then get the fuck on. Get the fuck out. We don't care about it. If you want to talk shit about me, you can go to my other channel under my real name, Aaron McGonigal, and you can talk shit about me there. But this channel's just for crimes against children. What's up, sister? How you doing tonight, Darlene? So, without further ado, here we go. State number 1. Please do not smash and bash me too bad for my pronunciation of this state, but I bet you the majority of people who don't live in this state can't pronounce it very well either. So, Massachusetts. Okay? Massachusetts. Number 1 crime against children is rape of a child. Number 2 is indecent assault and battery on a child under 14 years old. Come on, buddy. You really are a pain in my ass sometimes, bud. You really are, buddy. Number 2 is Michigan. Number 1 crime in Michigan in Michigan against children is first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Quit. Number 2 is second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and they basically break it down as in first degree is there has to be penetration in order for them to classify it as a first degree. First degree sexual misconduct or sexual conduct, and second degree just can be fondling and unwanted touching. Minnesota, child sexual assault is number 1. Number 2 is sexual exploitation of a child. Mississippi, number 1 is statutory rape, and number 2 is sexual battery. Missouri, rape and sodomy, and number 2 is sexual assault in Missouri. Montana, rape is number 1 of a child, and number 2 is lewd conduct under 16. Nebraska, number 1 is rape, and number 2, sexual assault of a child. A lot similar to Alabama and Mississippi. I'll check the chat here in a little bit, okay? Missouri, Montana, rape and lewd conduct under 16. Nebraska, Rape and sexual assault. Rape is number 1, and number 2 is sexual assault. Nevada. This is, I think, a maybe first time appearance of this charge on this list so far. And maybe it's the second state that this is the number 1 or has even appeared on the list so far. But number 1 crime against children in Nevada, sex crime against children in Nevada. Okay. The number 1 sex crime against children in Nevada is incest. And number 2 is voyeurism. New Hampshire. Number 1 sex crime against children in New Hampshire is aggravated sexual assault. And number 2 is sex trafficking. Childhood sex trafficking. Or child sex trafficking. New Jersey is number 1 is molestation. And number 2 is statutory rape. Those are the most common ones in New Jersey. Now I'm going to go back and I'll run through all of the states again real quick. And I'll do it as fast as possible. Okay. Okay. The top committed sex crimes in each state. Alabama, rape and number 1, and number 2 is rape in the second degree. Alaska, sexual assault of a minor and sexual abuse of a minor are 1 and 2. Arizona, child sex trafficking and child pornography, 1 and 2 in Arizona. Arkansas, rape of a child is number 1, and number 2 is sexual assault against the child. California, number 1 is rape, and number 2 is child sexual abuse. Colorado, sexual assault is 1, and number 2 is aggravated sexual assault. Connecticut, child pornography, possession or distribution of it, and 2 is sexual assault. Delaware, sexual exploitation and rape and sexual assault. Florida, child pornography and sexual battery. Child molestation in Florida is a strict liability crime, which means the defendants are automatically barred from arguing that they were unaware of the child's age. So that's a good step in the right direction for Florida. Good job, Florida. Georgia, number 1 is solicitation of sodomy, and number 2 is aggravated child molestation and statutory rape. All those ones right there take up 91% of all childhood sexual abuse in Georgia. Georgia. Hawaii. Statutory rape is number 1, and number 2 is sexual assault. And new study shows that Hawaii sex crimes against children are on the rise. Idaho, my hometown, my home state. Number 1 is rape of a child, and number 2 is lewd conduct with a child under 16 years of age. And Idaho shows a major rise in child sex abuse charges as well. Illinois, aggravated criminal sexual assault, and number 2 is possession of child pornography. Indiana, rape is number 1. Number 2 is child molestation. And these are so close, I just put them all together. So possession of child pornography there too. Iowa, continuous sexual abuse of a child is 1. And number 2 is child sexual assault. Kansas, aggravated indecent liberties with a child. And number 2 is rape and statutory rape. Kentucky, internet crimes against children and statutory rape. Kentucky's child abuse rate is more than double the national average. Think about that one. Just in Kentucky's child abuse sex rate. In Kentucky, the sexual abuse rate towards children is more than double the national average. Louisiana, rape and sexual battery. And number 2 is possession or distribution of child pornography. Maine, child pornography and sexual exploitation, 1 and 2. Maryland, rape, sex with minors and child pornography. And Massachusetts, rape of a child and indecent assault and battery on children under 14. Michigan, first degree criminal sexual conduct, and 2 is second degree criminal sexual conduct, also known as CSC in Michigan. First degree means there was penetration. Second degree means it was usually touching of the genitals, no penetration. Minnesota, child sexual assault is 1, and number 2 is sexual exploitation of a child. Mississippi is statutory rape and sexual battery. Missouri, rape and sodomy and sexual assault are 1 and 2. Montana, rape and lewd conduct under the age of 17. Nebraska, rape and sexual assault. Nevada, incest and voyeurism. Nevada is kind of unique in this category because there's voyeurism and incest. That's the first state that those are the most common crimes in towards children. So I thought that was kind of interestingly weird. New Hampshire, aggravated sexual assault and sex trafficking. And New Jersey, molestation and statutory rape. Tomorrow, we should be, I think that's, I'm not sure. What is it? 2, 3. There's 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, tomorrow we will be covering the next 10 as we've gotten through 30 states so far. And let me check the chat here. So yeah, those are the most common sex crimes committed against children in the first 30 states in the United States. My next series I'm going to start will be my next series I'm going to start after we finish up this one will be the most basically it'll probably be basically more of an opinion paper on what the states with the harshest penalties against pedophiles will be. So I haven't decided fully yet on that, but I'll get there. I just want to say I appreciate everybody who watches these and takes this serious because it's a major problem in our country. There's too much abuse towards children going on in our country, and it's time for the adults in this country to stand up and do something for our children before it's already way out of hand. But before it gets way out of hand, it's time we do something about it. It's time we pull our heads out of our fucking asses and stand up for our children. They can't stand up for themselves, even though we'd like to think they could and they can, but they can't, especially when it comes to these kind of crimes. This channel is dedicated to making a difference in this country and in the world, in all children's lives, and until we can eradicate pedophilia in our country, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. And I don't care if I lose every subscriber or not. I don't care if I get 1 million subscribers or not. It's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. So somebody's got to do it, and if not now, then when? If not me, then who? I'd like everybody to come and join me in my mission, and That would be amazing if you all did. Um, here's the part of my here's the part of this channel that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna call out all creators, all YouTube content creators on YouTube. I'm calling you out. Come join me. Get to know on the mission to make an actual difference in this country, and let's discuss some things that are really actually important in this country, not who's talking shit about who, and if this person's got 10 personalities, or we don't need to talk about that shit. We need to focus on actual problems in our country, and I feel that sexual abuse towards children is the worst, and it's the most important thing we need to focus on and get changed. So again, I'm calling all content creators on YouTube out. If you have a channel on YouTube, um, here we go. I'm calling you out. Come join me. Queen Nessie pulled me up on her channel yesterday. She was on my channel yesterday. I really appreciate her being here. Um, I met a cowboy trucker. He joined up as well. Molly Go Lightly, No Life Shack, Art of Kicks, White Boy Lockdown Radio. Anybody, general awareness. I don't care who you are. Perplex QT, Purple Phoenix. You might not like my face and you might not like me, but that doesn't mean that we can't agree that this is a problem and we can't stand as one on this and fight for our children to make their futures better. I know from being a victim of childhood sexual abuse, I know where it's led me in my life, and I know how fucked up my life's been since then. It's action. It's an action that has everlasting consequences against somebody who is purely innocent. So we need to rise up against this shit. We need to do something about it now. It's already almost too late, but I'll never give up fighting for the children in this country. So let's do it. Come on, everybody. Join up with me and let's make a stand and do something important. Hell, I'll even call out Elon Musk. Take some of that money that you're spending on that SpaceX shit and put it into something like, making you change the laws in this country. I mean, really, it's a good thing that Elon Musk. I think it's awesome that Elon Musk bought Twitter and he's doing what he's doing. He first thing he did was shut down like 3 of the biggest hashtag. I'm not sure how Twitter works because I don't do Twitter. So, but 3 of the biggest hashtags towards that were linked to exploitation of children. So that was good. But come on, Elon, come join Get2Know. Let's do something good for this country. I mean, you building rockets is cool and all, but let's focus on what's really a problem in this country. I'm not so down to leave Earth to go to Mars anyway right now. So let's focus on that. I don't care who you are. If you watch this, share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. It don't matter who they are, because everybody's child is just as important as the next child. And no child should ever have to go through the things that somebody goes through when it comes to being sexually abused. I know how bad it's fucked with my life, and it's not okay. It's not okay. If you are a parent of a child who has been sexually abused and you're just finding out about it, this is a good place to be. This is a good channel. You can find a lot of good information here. You can find support here. Hell, I'll even talk to you about how to be able to talk to your children about it and how to help your child progress over this horrible action that was taken upon them. I know that for my parents, it was extremely hard for them to it was extremely hard for them when I told them about me being sexually abused. Um, I was sexually abused from the summer I turned 5 until summer I turned 12, and I didn't tell my parents about it until I was 16 years old, and it devastated them. And they didn't know how to talk to me about it. They didn't know how to approach about it. They didn't know how to comfort or console me, any advice to give. Um, so that's what this channel's here for. It's also here for anybody who has a story they want to tell about their sexual abuse, and the however you want to tell it, about whatever. I mean, that's what this channel's about. And it's getting the laws and penalties changed so they're so harsh that it'll make people just naturally want to not commit these crimes against children. I think the reason why pedophilia has gotten so bad in our country is because we don't talk to our kids about it. And the biggest problem is the pedophiles are not getting properly punished for their actions. When a drug dealer can go to prison for 25 years or more for trafficking drugs, and a sex offender, pedophile, parasite can stand in the same courtroom and get sentenced to 5 years for his fifth time of being charged and convicted on sex crimes against a child, only gets 5 years. There's a fucking problem. There's a big problem, and it's got to stop. This country's got their priorities in the wrong order. Um, this country ain't shit without our children, because our children are our future. So that's what we're here for. That's what we want to do. That's our mission. Um, I'm going to be launching what I call Project Stop. I don't know exactly all the details about how I'm going to do it, but um, Project Stop will be the anagram for Stand Tough on Pedophilia, uh, and its main direction will be making sure that when you commit a crime against a child, you will not do it again. Um, I learned something new yesterday from Queen Nessie, and she was telling me that in the United Kingdom, there's only one classification for sex crimes against children, and it doesn't matter what happened. It's all one category, it's all one charge. That's it. So, um, I think it's fucking stupid that the United States has each individual state gets to make up their own rules and regulations to how these things work and the penalties. And I think when it comes to any kind of crime against a child sexually, it should be a federal offense, and all classified as one and all punishable as one. I mean, there are cases out there. I had a friend when I was in high school. He was dating a chick. He was with this girl for a couple years. He turned 18. Her parents didn't really like him, and they knew that they were having sex. So the day after he turned 18, they called and pressed statute on him, and he went to prison. So, I mean, there are those cases, but don't put yourself in that position, I guess. Don't give people that kind of room to put you in prison for that kind of crime. Just if you're under the age of 18, you shouldn't be having sex anyway. So that's the short and skinny of it. Um, Again, it's Andrew Scott. This is Get to Know. I appreciate all you guys being here. My whole whopping one viewer right now. It's okay, because I can see that my videos are starting to be watched more and more. So it's all good. And But I appreciate anybody who watches this. I really appreciated it. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to Get to Know. There will be more discussion, and I will be I will be getting StreamYard in the next few weeks, and I'll be able to bring people up on panel and actually start talking about their stories and their opinions on how things are. So again, this is Andrew Scott. This is Get to Know. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share. Share. How can you really make a difference by not really participating in the channel? Share this video. Share all my videos. Get it out there. Share it with your friends, your family, your enemies. It don't matter. Share it. Power is knowledge, and knowledge is power. So let's stand together and make a difference. And I really appreciate you guys watching. And tomorrow, right around the same time, I'll be covering the next 10 states in this series. So that being said, I hope God finds you guys all in a good place today. May God watch over all of you, and share this video. Remember, one child is one too many. Thanks, everybody.